My name is Michelle, and I want to thank you guys for coming back to my channel again, or thank those who are here for the first time. Thank you for coming to my channel. Now, if you want to get updated up to right now, go back to my previous videos and um, and view the previous videos and come back to this one, and you'll be able to be updated to where I am right now during um, my breast cancer journey. Now, um, this has been a week now since my surgery has been done, and well, before I get to that, I want you to um, like, share, and subscribe to this video, and you can leave a comment if you would like to, but um, I hope all your comments are positive. I had the surgery on February the 25th, and I was to be at the hospital uh, for 8:30 in the morning, and they took me to um, once they called me back for the surgery to get ready and everything. They took me to an area, and mind you, I want you to know that all of this is new to me. I've never had surgery before like this. Excuse me. Outside of giving birth uh, to my sons, I have three sons, and you know, they took me to the prep area, getting me ready for the surgery, and back there, I the anesthesiologist was trying to put the needle in my my hand, so that she can attach the IV to me. So my vein was moving, and she had a little difficulty catching that vein as it kept moving, and so she asked for assistance from, I think it was her supervisor, her boss, and he came and he helped her with that. And he sat there on the side of my bed instead of, leaving. And he just talked with me for a little while, and it was so nice. I was so happy that somebody was there to, communicate with me and help me to continue to find comfort. The young lady was, and we're talking about the two anesthesiologists. Uh, she was the one. The young lady was the one that was going to go with me into the operating room, but her supervisor uh, was, and I hope I'm saying his title right, because it's like I was nervous, and I was like, I don't. I was nervous basically, and so after they got the needle in my hand, he sat there and he just was talking with me. And I was telling him about uh, my heritage, because I can tell he was mixed with African American also. So, and when we started talking about um, our heritage, and we were sharing information, and we were laughing and talking, and it was just a nice, pleasant, or uh, moment that we shared with each other. And then it was time to roll me into the operating room. Now, mind you, I don't know how these things uh, were supposed to take place, so I'm just going with the flow and uh, trying to just understand what was happening, and trying to um, you know just going along with the flow, and trying to have conversation, and as we went along, as they were rolling me to the operating room. I really didn't know what was happening, but they had slipped me a Mickey, and I didn't know I was about to fall asleep. So I did hear, I saw the young lady who was going to be with me in the operating room. He told the young lady to go to the foot of the bed while he rolled me from the top of the bed, the head of the bed. So as we were, going toward the operating room, they were pushing me, and I feel myself getting a little groggy. And then next thing you know, I heard somebody tell, the supervisor, they said, "You're pushing a patient in the bed?" And he said, I just heard him say, "It's okay. You know, I'm just helping. It's going to be fine. It's going to be okay." And next thing you know, I heard him say that. And then all of a sudden, I was out. I didn't hear anything else. I didn't know anything else, you know. And um, so, next thing you know, when I woke up, I didn't know the surgery had taken place. I didn't know what happened. I just knew I woke up and I was in this room. So to me, it was like the the anesthesiologist was was pushing me. They were pushing me into the operating room, and then next thing you know, I'm I'm in this another room, and it's like, okay, are they about to do surgery on me? Because I didn't know what happened. And then next thing you know, then I was groggy. I was in and out of it. And uh, there was this nurse. I think she was an Indian nurse. I'm not sure. But uh, she was so sweet. Oh my God, she was so sweet. And all I know, there were other people around, but all I could see is her. She was like an angel. And uh, I would I would always reach my hand out. I continued to reach my hand out to her, and to hold her hand, and she would always grab my hand as I reached out to her, and she would just hold my hand, and she would just rub my hand. And I was uh, I think we shared prayers with each other, and um, and I kept telling her, "God bless you." I said, "Thank you for your grace and thank you for your mercy." I kept saying certain things, and but she was so attentive. She said, "God." She kept saying, "God bless you. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna." And she was rubbing my hand, just rubbing my hand, and I just held her hand. But I would be in and out of it. But every time I would turn around and come back out of it, she was there, and it was and I just kept reaching out for her and holding her hand and saying, "Let's say a prayer. Let's." It was something godly, and it was like she was just an angel. She was so 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 sweet. So it was like from the anesthesiologist rolling me into the operating room. It was like an angel. He was my angel, and his coworker was my angel, rolling me into surgery, and then coming out of surgery to have this young lady to be with me and to let me know everything was okay. She was my angel. She was my angel because I needed that. I needed that. And it was so good. It was nothing negative. Everything was peaceful. Everything was. And I looked down. I said, "Did they do the surgery?" And she said, "Yeah, the surgery is already done." I said, "Oh, really? I don't have a breast no more." And she said, "Well, the surgery is done and you're going to be okay." And she just kept rubbing my hand. And she kept giving me her pleasantries. And I said, "Thank you. Thank you." I kept just, "Thank you. Thank you for being here for me. Thank you for helping me." I said, "God bless you. God bless you." So, I was in and out of it again. And then next thing you know, it was time for me to be moved to my room. And I guess where I was, it was ICU or something. After you get out of surgery, they place you in probably ICU. I don't know. I was in and out of it. So it was time for me to go to my room. So all I know is, once I came to again, there were people around me getting ready to move my bed. And it's like, I didn't know what was happening. It didn't, it, I didn't know what was happening. I was just going along with the flow. But as long as I saw her with me, I knew that everything was fine. I knew that everything was going to be okay. So, as they were moving the bed, I reached out to her and I grabbed her hand. I said, "Look, just hold my hand." And she held my hand. We passed the nurse's station, and she told them at the nurse's station that she was going to go with me. She was going to help them take me to my room, to the floor that I was going to be going to. And she said, and she was adamant with them that she was going to go with me to make sure that I was okay. So I got to the room. I was in and out of it. I wasn't coherent. I just would look around and I'd see her. And I knew if I saw her, once I saw her, everything was fine. So, so they got me to my room, and they were trying to get me from my bed to from the stretcher that they rolled me in on. and they were gonna uh, get me in the bed, and they wanted to see if I could move over from the stretcher to the bed. By now, I'm in my room on the floor that I was gonna be on, and I didn't know what floor it was. I didn't know think to ask. None of that was on my mind. I was just the medication just had me floated. But she had a nurse who I later found out was the charge nurse. She had the nurse to get on one side of the bed while she got on the other side of the bed. Now, there were two nurses for that new floor that I was being moved to, that was in the room. That was they were going to help me to get onto the new bed for that room. And then the nurse who helped me to, that been holding my hand all the time and saying prayers with me, I could see her little hips scooting in front of one of the nurses. She told one nurse to get on the other side of the bed to help me to get on the bed, and she got she got in front of the other nurse, and I could see her little hips. She was a small little lady. She scooted her little hips in there and got in front of her. She said, "I'm going to help her get in the bed." And I noticed the lady saying, "No, I could help." She said, "No, I'm going to help her." So she told the charge nurse, "You get on that side, and I'm going to be on this side, and let's help her get in this bed." So she said, "Just move as far as you can, and wherever you can't move, just don't move anymore. We're gonna help you." So she did that, and they helped me get in the bed. And once she got me comfortable in the bed, she handed me a piece of paper, and I was too out of it. I kept telling them. She kept putting it in my hand, and I kept putting it on the table, and she took it and put it in my hand again, and I put it on the table again, and she said no, and I wind up, I didn't listen, but it was like I didn't want to lose it. I kept saying, "I don't want to lose it, I don't want to lose it," but she said, hold it in your hand. And she when she was getting ready to leave, I said, I was in and out of it, but I noticed that she was getting ready to leave, and I said, wait, before you leave." And I reached my hand out to her. I said, "Before you leave, don't leave yet." I said, "Give me your hand." And she gave me her hand. And when she took my hand, put her hand inside my hand, I rubbed her hand this time. And I told her, "God bless you." I said, "Thank God for your grace, and thank God for your mercy. Thank you for his love. I bless every step that you take." And she said, "I bless you too. You're going to be okay." And she rubbed my hand, and then she left. Guys, I felt I felt like I was being watched over by angels. I was being watched over by angels, and they were taking care of me. When I said that I can do this, when I said that I was going to do this and I was going to make it through, I meant what I said, and I believed, because God showed me that I was going to be okay. I just didn't know that the angels that was going to be there with me to see me through and help me through this. Okay, I'm going to gather myself. I'm going to get a part 2 to this, and I may not do it right now, but there's going to be a part 2. And I want you to come back and listen to the rest of my story, because it's some more coming.
So you stay tuned. And I'm so sorry I'm such a baby right now, but I am emotional right now. But come back and stay tuned for the rest. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my video. You take care. Bye bye.